Bob is probably the name of the centaur. Centaur. Yeah, I don't know if we did.
Oh, yeah, you put little picture ID on him.
Yeah, I drew him like drinking and sleeping. But I don't know where he's gonna go. Yeah, it was Rover. But Rover, I don't know if we gave you a name. Did you have a name for your character, Rover? Name him Bob. He looks like a Bob. I mean, I don't know. Let's ask Rover. Rover, it's his character, so we're gonna ask him. Look, it's DC. You don't know? Rover, you gotta come up with a name for your character. Come on. That's him sleeping on the job. So he should be leaning against the wall, right? And you wake him up and he's like, huh? Right?
Hey, you know what somebody should do?
No.
What should somebody do?
This is gonna be good.
Somebody should make a list of every character in our game, first and last name, and put it on the wiki for our site.
Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that we don't have a name for him.
We do, if you check the wiki that I made on the site.
Do we?
For fuck's sake.
What's his name?
Stray, remember that day that we spent 6 hours in fucking voice chat discussing all the names for the characters and then putting their names in our huge list?
I do, and I remember you getting confused thinking that he had a name that wasn't actually for him, but I don't remember him actually having a name.
His name is Glen Matthews.
Glen?
Oh shit, you're right. I do remember that. That's my bad.
Glen? Yeah, but Rover wants
Yep.
Joe now. Can we call him Joe? Can we change it to Wiki?
Well, Glen Matthews was a reference to the Scrubs janitor, so...
Oh, it's a reference. Well, let's ask Rover.
I guess if you want to ruin my fun, then yeah, you can do that.
Why is Sploosh so pissy today? What happened? I think Sploosh needs to go wank one out.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Rover is Glen.
Lucius mad
okay?
because he begged you so hard to read that list of names.
All right. Okay, Rover is okay with Glen.
Perfect.
This is just a derp. Yeah, I am, but
Gonna
jeez.
wank one out on your forehead and keep ignoring all the stuff I do.
Jesus.
Lucius, if it's any consolation, it's not just you, because the whole reason DC joined chat was to ask us about pose names that, had he read the guides that we'd written, would have answered themselves at least a little.
So, DC doesn't fucking read.
Okay.
I'm not saying this is like a pattern of behavior or anything, but you know.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm asking the devs, the writer about names, and posers about posing while I'm drawing. I'm sorry. I'm asking you things that are relevant to you. Okay, during stream. I'm sorry. I apologize. Next time, you know what? I'll just I'll do those documents myself. All right.
Is this where it's really awkward to point out that you joined chat to ask the coder about the posing, not the poser that was in chat, and then asked us both about the name?
Well,
you should have asked who wasn't in chat and had to join chat to answer you.
Okay, but how about this? How about this though? What about you are also the one that started the renaming of labeling things, right? For posing, no?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, okay. Can I go back to drawing, guys? Now, you guys all, you guys all need to go wank and come back to relax a little bit. What's going on?
So no more bullying, DC, right?
What's the name of the character you're currently drawing, DC?
It's obviously Joe Sploosh.
Oh my god.
It's Glen. Fine. I don't care. All right.
Glen it is.
Can we go back to my original question? Back to the stream? Where is this character going to be in the school? He's sleeping against a wall somewhere.
Did we have space to put him just next to the boiler room door?
Good question. We can check. Maybe?
I don't know. I can't remember how many lockers are around there, because you've got the art room, or you've got the lockers, you've got that. Oh no, the lockers are on the other side.
No, I think we're good. Eve is kind of in the way, but he could be... He's kind of gonna block the boiler, but maybe you can't go there during the day anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't think we know the answer to that yet.
Yeah. But we need to put him somewhere. I think it's best if he was there. It would make the most sense, right?
You need to check the other hallways.
Well, you'll probably have him moving around
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
for each tick. So, like, maybe you put him in the cafeteria for one tick, or
Yeah.
standing outside Smith's office.
Yeah.
There's also the end of the hallway on the left-hand side, like by the window. You could probably put him there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Zintek, what's up, man? I think.
We only need him in one place for now, though. And then when we do the stuff where he's gonna actually, like when we know what we're doing with the boiler room and all the other stuff, then he can move around.
Yeah. I think it's good to just put him there temporarily, and then when you click him, you just basically wake him up, right? And he's wearing his hat, and then he just takes like a swig of his drink, you know? And then he goes back to sleeping, you know? And whatever Sploosh wants to do with dialogue, like, it's fine. For now, right?
Is he a grumpy janitor?
Well, he's drinking on the job and sleeping on the job, so I think he's as grumpy as you are, Sploosh.
Oh man, that's pretty grumpy.
Is he gonna be as sarcastic as the Scrubs janitor?
I
Is that
don't know.
even possible?
I don't know. But he's I don't think he's necessarily grumpy. I think he's just you know, he's sleeping on the job and drinking on the job a little bit, you know?
He's drunk.
Yeah. He's not gonna be Admiral Sploosh level drunk, but he's gonna be a little drunk, right?
I'm gonna make him like Chris Farley and Billy Madison, where he's just like, these fucking kids, I drive the bus into a fucking tree.
I don't know. Rover, what do you think of your character? Should he be like that? No, he should not be like that. Okay, what is he like?
What if he was more like Otto from The Simpsons? Or Otto, or whatever his name is. You know, the bus
The
driver.
bus driver? No.
Yeah.
Well, he's not... Wasn't the bus driver kind of like a hippie, sort of? I don't know, actually. I don't remember what he was like. Always there to help.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I mean, he could be a good janitor. He's just always sleeping and, like, drinking on the job. He could be a good janitor.
DC, you gotta just take people's characters and do what you will.
Yeah.
Look at Pilly's character. Look what happened with him.
Yeah. He's not real pilly, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure none of our fan characters are like our actual fan that they're based off of.
Yeah.
That's probably for the best.
That's probably for the best.
Well, because, I mean, if they were too close to the real person, then you'd feel bad depending on what you had them do, right? Whereas if it's like, it's their likeness, but it's like not representation of them, then you don't have to feel terrible when they're doing weird stuff.
Jab, yeah, he's blocking the door, but the door won't be accessible. Like, even when we do any story and the whole underground cult thing with Mrs. Smith, I don't think you'll be able to go down there during the day anyway, because during the day it's classrooms, it's like the school is open, right? It's all going to be at night or in the evening, right? When everybody's gone. So the janitor is probably going to be passed out in the, like, in the rec room or whatever, right? In the evening. So this door will be accessible like in the evening and at night, basically. But I think it's okay if he's in front of it during the day, you know? And maybe he's guarding the door.
Wait, surely in the evening is when he's doing the cleaning.
Yeah, so during the day, yeah, but he might be cleaning somewhere else, you know what I mean? Maybe he's cleaning the washrooms.
Maybe we can do the always ready to help thing, but it's only always ready to help Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think so, yeah. If he's like that, it's going to be like that for her only.
Is he going to be a lackey for Mrs. Smith?
Yeah, we talked about that before, and it was an idea for sure. Like, he's...
Make him like the caretaker in Harry Potter. What was his name, Stray?
Oh, yeah.
Filch.
Mm-hmm.
Filch, yep.
He's like a henchman kind of thing, right? But during the day, he's just drinking and sleeping, and at night, maybe he's more like active.
Discover new music at
unless he's actually secretly an undercover detective infiltrating the school to learn about the cult.
I'll let you and
black.
Sploosh discuss that. It sounds a little... It's too much for me right now.
Yeah, that sounds like a super fun conversation for Sploosh. I'm sure he'll love that.
Doug, yeah, but there should be an ability to test a locked door a day. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but... Still streaming, damn. What? What's wrong? What do you mean still? I always stream a couple hours. Dougie, how much do you think would have been different had you kept the original family tree of the game? Oh, I can't because Patreon was against it. But what do I think how things would have been different? Not that much different. Like, story would be slightly different, but that's it.
Great Galaxy. Obviously, Stray is a pants kind of lad.
Fair. Let's go with that.
Good night, Jab. Please take no offense, but just curiosity. But what makes the tech update so long? Sorry, you want to answer that?
So it's a
I have no
combination
energy. I have no energy to answer this anymore.
I
DC,
can.
you mean you don't
I
want
can
to answer
run
the
it.
same question every day on stream?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of done
That's
with
insane. Why would you not want to do that?
it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Trey.
So the short version is that reworking an entire game's code base from scratch to basically enable it to do all the same things but support them better is a lot of work, and it impacts a lot of other things.
Like art.
Which is
and posing,
why- Exactly, which is why you saw DC asking what the file names he needs to export are called, and how the stuff gets layered, and how we have like multiple layers for like where the characters flip left or right and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
In addition to DC doing all that and having the Photoshop files organized to export them, we then have posers like Mindright and Achiko and Volley and God knows how many others going through those files and making sure they're named consistently between characters. So when it comes to posing those scenes, you can be fairly confident when you're posing one character that you can be reading the posing and understand what's going on, which makes it a lot quicker when you want to pose like an entire scene, because you don't have to play it out every time, and you have a good idea from reading it what it looks like. And all those three things have to work together, and it's an iterative process where the code is being written, then the assets are being named, and then we're looking through the posing to see if it works. And then if it doesn't quite work out the way it needs to be, then we need to ask for changes in the art names, and sometimes the coding features, like for animations or what have you, might need to be tweaked to support different cases that weren't initially considered, because this game is huge. And so setting out from the start and expecting to capture everything first time is unrealistic. So it's a learning process for all of us as we go to make sure that we support all the stuff we did before and can do it better. And that takes a long, long time.
Did that answer your question?
Everyone tuned out like 5 minutes ago, I'm sure it's fine.
See, like, me having to explain all of that every day is just like, I don't think I can do it, you know? But essentially, that's what it is. Like, to make that short, is that redoing the game from ground up to make it better, to support the vision that we have of the game in the end, right? Because it's just getting larger and larger, right? But when we started working on this project, and when I was the only one working on it, I didn't have that scope. So the way the game was built was not ready for that, you know? So as we added more things onto like a broken base, it just started breaking, you know? So we had to do the tech update in order to, you know, accommodate the vision, right? But that takes a lot of time because we're basically rebuilding the game from the ground up, right? And that affects art, it affects posing, it affects everything.
So update when, DC?
Yeah.
So DC, as long as you're working on Glen, I should remind you that since he's got the flask in his right shirt pocket and the ID tag on his left breast, you need mirror assets for.
Yeah.
He posed on the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen.
I don't want to hear it.
That's completely fair, but
But
counterpoint,
you drew it
you
that
still
way.
need to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. Can we fix it later?
Yes.
No.
If you want, I can send you a reminder.
No, it's okay.
That's a trick question. My note's going to send you a reminder anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, if you don't want, I can also send you a reminder.
Toxins, yeah, I will. So Jenny was Debbie's daughter. Really, that means Debbie was MC's stepmom. Interesting. Yeah, it was. But, which is nice. This tech update gave me the time to proofread English lines. Yeah, on the translation. Yeah. Hackathon no problem. But like, yeah, like there's no, it's hard for people who are not familiar with the internal workings of this game to really see the scope of how much work is needed, like it's hard to know until you like get your hands on, you like actually work on this project and you're like, holy shit, this is a lot of work. I think people underestimate how much content is in this game currently, and it's not even the full state of the game already. It's like we're not even halfway done this game and it's like already pretty massive. So yeah, when you get to that point and you have to redo the game from ground up, it's a lot of work, like more than people think. That's all it is, really.
I'd imagine most of us on the dev team can relate to the kind of frustration that I'm guessing some people are feeling, because it's not like each of us haven't had that one game that we were waiting for release for.
Yeah, of course.
And it gets delayed, and you're like, but why do they have to delay it? Why couldn't they just get it out? And it turns out it's deceptively difficult to make video games in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like adhering to the vision you kind of want to land for players so they can enjoy it to the full.
Well, also, I think it's even more than that, because it's not like if we were doing an update, right? Like a story, let's say Rhonda, right? And it took us this long, I think people would have more of a warranted complaint, because it would be like a straightforward just adding new content, right? But I think the problem stems from like people not understanding what the tech update is. So they don't really understand the scope of it, right? They just think it's like a regular update, but it isn't, right?
Yeah, it's effectively like an entirely new project, but recreating what was there before.
Yeah. And adding new content.
Yes. Yeah, I guess in my head, like stuff like the Rhonda update and the typical story updates we've done in the past are like closer to what the mainstream industry would consider DLC, right? Like the base is already there and you're just adding more stuff to it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Which is super straightforward, right?
What we're doing now.
Yeah, what we're doing now is not even, it's like,
Yeah, this is rebuilding the engine.
Yeah, it's like imagine like a big project, like a big game company that's making a huge title, and then like halfway through doing it, like they work on it for like 2-3 years, and then they're like, let's just start from ground up with a different engine, right? Like, do you think that would take like 3 months to do, or do you think it would take another year or two to do? Like, it's like, that's what we're dealing with, kind of, right? But I don't know. It's hard to explain to people like what that is. So yeah. And the reason
tough to estimate as well, because I feel like throughout this process we found stuff that is currently in the game that we either didn't appreciate was there or didn't fully appreciate the scope of how it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Where we've gone like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't envy you when you might have to rewrite Grace so Eve can have a scene with her. Yeah, but they're siblings, so they can't really have scenes together, right? like incest. We can't really add incest in the game, so. Like even if we add a scene where the main character is just banging both of them together, like I think it's a gray area where we might not be able to do it. You know? As much as I think people would like it, we might not be able to do that. What do you mean?
We had a big snowstorm.
Oh,
yesterday it was like 70. Today it was like 20. So we lost 50 degrees in 24 hours.
Wow. No, here it's just raining. But since he's sleeping, why should the floors be shiny, right?
Yep. I was just about to say, or you took out reflections because Glen is just shit at his job.
Yeah.
There are so many reflection floors in this game.
Well, you know, it's a town with a lot of clean floors, alright?
Yep. Except
Most story, yeah. Like, fans can mod the game and add incest in it if they want to, but we can't have our hands on it, or like at least, like we can't like have that as an official take on our project. You know what I mean? Like we can't promote it or like have it like on our official like platform, basically. But yeah, people are free to like mod shit and like add whatever they want because it's not part of our official development, right? It's not on their platform. DC, have you decided why Annie's and Rhonda's moms want to fuck the MC and not their husbands? I'm gonna leave that to Sploosh to figure out. Sploosh, are you still grumpy?
I'm always grumpy, DC.
Why?
But it's easy with Annie's mom, right? I mean, Richard
No.
Yeah, Annie's
I'm
mom
pretty
will
good.
be okay.
I'm a little bummed that we didn't get to design Pocahontas today.
Listen, tomorrow maybe we will, alright? Instead of the hijab girl? Sploosh is against the hijab girl.
I mean, I would love to do a hijab girl. I think it would be a lot of fun, but
Look.
I don't want to. Yeah, it's not worth the trouble that it
Okay,
brings.
how
at
about
all.
this? How about this? Tomorrow, we're gonna do a sketch for both characters, and we're gonna see what is more reasonable and doable.
Or we could just do Pocahontas.
But Pocahontas is you mean a Native American woman that doesn't look like Pocahontas?
Yes. I don't want to make her a racial stereotype. I just want a normal girl who's Native American. I think Native American women are hot. Like, you know, it
Wait.
doesn't need to be any more than that.
What if the Native American girl is Muslim and wears a hijab? That's a thing that could exist.
Stray, you know Sploosh is already grumpy. Why would you go there?
Yeah, Stray.
Sploosh is already grumpy.
See, everybody on the team just loves to pick on the writer. And then they ask why I'm always grumpy.
Okay, anyway.
I just figured you were grumpy because you couldn't get a foreign exchange student.
Okay, alright, well, okay, Sploosh, Mind Right, Stray, more booze. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in today.
See you, chat.
Alright,
See you guys.
Later.
See you, chat.
Bye.
Chat.
Yeah, see you, chat.
Alright, guys, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna work on new characters tomorrow. Probably try to figure out what the computer lab teacher is gonna be. Alright? What she's gonna look like, what her name's gonna be, all that good stuff. Okay? So yeah, tune in tomorrow and we'll design the character, okay, together. I might do a little bit of sketches tonight just to figure out where we're going with all this, but yeah. So see you then. Bye, guys.
Here we are, crazy in the head.